Scotia man has been crisscrossing the province with his drone on a mission to document lighthouses. Now he needs your help to finish this passion project.
Here's CTV's Kelland Sundahl with not only the story, but some never-before-seen video of Nova Scotia's treasured beacons.
He stands on the shore, as always before, left by the men he always cared for.
Maritime lighthouses, like they've never been seen before. The man behind the aerial images is Larry Peyton.
Looking at St. Paul Island, Margaree, Scattery.
He's in a race against time to capture every single lighthouse in Nova Scotia before it's too late.
The unfortunate reality is that most of them are in rough shape. Just since I've done the project, there's lighthouses that are no longer in existence.
We met Larry 2 years ago when he first started using a drone to document the aging beacons. 130 lighthouses later, he's nearly got all of them.
That leaves me with about 28 left to get to. 25 of those are offshore.
That's where the problem lies. The ones left are in remote, hard-to-reach places, most only accessible by boat.
They're going to be tough to capture. But with your help, we're going to get there and get it done.
He's now raising $6,000 to complete his passion project.
These remote lighthouses are impossible for most of us to get to and to see up close, and the drone footage takes you there.
Sue Paul comes from a family of Sambro Island lighthouse keepers. She credits the exposure from Larry's images for securing a $1.6 million restoration for Canada's oldest working lighthouse.
Through projects like Larry's, we're shining a light on these beacons, and they are beacons of our culture.
When you get somebody like Larry, who has this passion for these lighthouses, it's infectious.
Joe Fleming of the Nova Scotia Lighthouse Preservation Society says for the first time ever, this chapter of Mariner history will be catalogued.
You get the world caring about these lighthouses that are in a community's backyard. And when somebody really cares about something that's in your backyard, you begin to care about what's in your backyard.
Why do you like lighthouses so much?
You know, I grew up in Newfoundland, and I took them for granted. I took the ocean for granted. And I moved away to Alberta for several years, and it was then I realized that the ocean meant a lot more to me than I'd ever recalled, I ever realized. Not seeing it made me miss it. And so when I came back to the East Coast, seeing the ocean again and seeing our lighthouses, it just makes me feel at home because, again, it represents us. It's who we are.
And he's doing everything he can to ensure that identity is realized before it's lost to time.
He's withered and died, but her beauty will always be known.
Kelland Sundahl, CTV News, Halifax.
That was all so beautiful.
I follow his work on Twitter. I encourage others to do so. It is beautiful. Great little taste of it there. And I had the same experience when I lived in Alberta, missing the ocean. Even when I lived in Windsor, Ontario, you're surrounded by the Great Lakes.
Yeah.
So you had that water access. But I felt like something was missing. A part of me was missing when I lived in Alberta. People were wonderful and beautiful, but yeah, it just felt like something was taken away.
And then when you came home, you're like, that's it.
I knew what it was.
Yeah. Very cool. And congrats to Larry. And hopefully he gets that $6,000. So close. Let's check.